at Stanford once again. I'd like to thank Professor David Palumbo-Liu, Professor Isabelle Pelaud, my dear colleagues, friends, and many, many years, Andrew, M.A. and Andrew. I live in Argentina, Buenos Aires, for the tango, and so whenever I come to the United States, it's always euphoric for me to speak English. I feel like it's such a treat. Okay. Let me start from the beginning, from my first book. Just read one poem, Song of Cicadas. From my first trip back to Vietnam. Field. Here I am looking over the tombstones of my ancestors. Field. Crows land like horses' neighs, rush of rocks. How many buffalo does it take to blow a disaster? How many women to clean up the mess? Shoots of incense hotly in her hands. She bows towards the tombstone's face of her son. How many revolutions for us to realize? Her windless gray hair becomes her. She knows this. There is no reason to die what she's earned. Rain quiet as wings on her back. So, I've been given 10 minutes. I'm going to fit everything in my life trajectory. Love poem to Tofu. We have
in Bali. We were in Bali together.
Yes, we were in Bali together. That reminds me. Yes, I won this Grand Slam for doing this.
Grand Slam for Love to Tofu.
That's right. I'll try to recreate this. Okay. Love poem to Tofu. Every day I open you up with a knife, slice you in half, boil, eat you. Oh, how I need you, warm, creamy white, loaded with vegetable protein. How can I live without your textured taste? I don't even remember when we first met. It must have been in Saigon in a soup dish my mother made with tomatoes and a solitary flaming egg. For many years I knew you made in California, not as good as in Vietnam. But now in Tokyo you once again become divine. Your exquisite plain dipped in soy sauce or nukmam, with a bit of lemon and cayenne pepper. Varieties of you I love, silken, firm, braised. Tofu, I feast upon you.
Great.
Oh, so let me read this love poem to cafe au lait. I'm glad you enjoy this. Here's my cafe au lait. Steaming. You wake me up every morning with your creaminess and smooth talking body, brown and supple muscles, dexterous, inviting. Your caramel and froth sing to me in French, and I sing in French all day, Edith Piaf, her sparrow-like songs. With a bit of sugar, it is amazing how you bring me to an addictive frenzy. White, frizzy fuzz, your brown-white mustache, your milky otherness, your stunning inkiness that would write odes, ballads, and novels, that would build railroads and skyscrapers, fences and automobiles, skyrockets, civilization itself. You are nothing like the café sueur of my Saigon, which is exceedingly sweet, bitter, and concentrated, like Saigon itself. Oh, café au lait, I know you hum sweet nothings and ideas into others' ears. I only wait for you to drive me crazy, inflict an ulcer. Perhaps I should give you up for something more gentle, faithful, like green tea. It's my love poem to green tea. Smooth, unassuming, low-key. I have left café au lait for you, darling. Left the coffee bean for your complicated, yet pure leaf. Your body emerald, tranquil, a slant rhyme. Underneath this clear verdigris is your inner self. Underneath the unassuming demeanor is your prudent uniqueness, your discreet, fluid whispers. You give me strength in the mornings when the day is low. You give me energy. Your powers so steady they're enacted without the drinkers knowing. Sleek, lustrous, sage, sending me waves of bright, undulating consciousness. And then this is the sequel, Love Poem to Ginger and Other Poems. I thought, I'll just read the poems that are more, have to do with Vietnam. Here's this love poem to Pha. And someone who went to Vietnam recently told me that they saw my poem. It was translated to Vietnamese. They saw it pasted on this famous pho restaurant in Saigon. That's amazing. They didn't even tell me, of course, they just stole it. My pho. Okay. Love poem to Pha. Yes, I am guilty. I'm not a good Buddhist vegetarian. When in Saigon or Hanoi, I sometimes sneak bowls of you from the vendor down the street for 50 cents or less. Always without meat, bowls of pho, clear, fatless broth of chicken or beef. I sneak bowls of you past my other moral self, a secret sin to remind me of days without pressure. Without animal flesh, I slurp you down, only the perfume of you. I slurp you as Asians are wont to do, making noise to make the taste sweeter. I slurp you with fresh cilantro, lemon, mint leaves, dragon pho leaves. I slurp you with hot chili peppers tingling the tongue, fresh green peppers of memory penetrating the palate, rice noodles hanging over, chopsticks, ubiquitous legs. The Japanese say you have a simple, elegant taste. The Vietnamese know you are never to be colonized. At home, I make you with vegetable broth, rice noodles and vegetables. Your broth, transparent, humble. And then, I was doing these poetry readings of poems and food, and someone said, have you written a love poem to Nước Mắm? I said, no, I should do that. So Nước Mắm is it's a fish sauce. It's a necessary ingredient of cooking of Southeast Asia. And then, in Thailand, you call it Nam Pla. Right? Okay. Love poem to Nước Mắm. Oh, saucy little fish packed in vats, limed with salt, pressed into your bone until your bones are worn into the salt water, pressed until you no longer exist between the layers, until your essence of fish has been distilled, your protein extracted, until the essence of your soul released. How long to distill you from fish's bones into a tangy sauce that is essential to all of Southeast Asia, Vietnam. From condiments to rice dishes to noodles, your innermost delight, spiked with chilies, lemons. How to let your inner soul fly, wayward demon, watery inner angel, source of life. And then, of course, I have other poems. I love poem to basil, garlic, onion, leeks, lemons, ginger. Just check it out. And here's some other love poem to shiitake, spinach, and I mentioned red chili peppers. Of course, I have a poem to red chili pepper. I'm going to move on to more serious poetry here. Or should I have left some? Anyway. I lived in Bangkok for a few months, 6 months. It's right in it's a poem spot. Bangkok, and this one has been anthologized quite a bit. It's a bit risque. So those of you under 18, please close your ears. That's what my parents would say. Just don't look at the TV, they're kissing, just don't look. Okay. Turn it off. Okay, Bangkok, neon lights. Oh, the orchids of Bangkok. Oh, the luxuriant ladyboys, their devilish, seductive smiles. Oh, the decadence, the freedoms of Bangkok, your serpentine ways. Into another unawares, our embrace defined night, days. One thinks and embraces. Young girls from the village pretend to be go-go girls, naked from the waist up. City girls completely naked. Go-go girls dancing like embarrassed sardines. In the Lady Boy Club, an effervescent pretend land, Miss Brazil, Miss Mexico, Miss France. Miss Singapore, surgically amplified. In another bar, birds breathless up cunts. Ping pong balls inserted, being thrown out. Birds flying out of cunts. Needles and needles being pulled out of cunts. A whole string of sharp needles, razors being pulled out. A whole string of razors being pulled out. And that's what I do, this addiction. Shall we embrace each other, hit the selfishness out of ourselves? I don't know how much time do I have. We're done. Okay. Well, you know, I'm working on a novel, and I thought I would read a few pages, but I'm not meant to do it. Midsummer, and I just want to read something by Jin Gong Sun. Chiều một mình qua phố âm thầm nhớ nhớ tình em, có khi nắng khuya chưa lên.